here's your host, Deborah Duncan.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Great Day Houston. Okay, so if you are hitting the road for a family vacation this summer, make sure this doesn't happen to you. You're all packed up with nowhere to go because, the family truckster will not start. Okay, so before you head out, here to get your engine going and keep everything working on your vehicle, please welcome Lauren Fix to the show. Lauren is known as the car coach. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning.
Here I come. Okay, so you have said that there is no reason why your car cannot run forever, or almost kind of forever.
Well, 100,000 miles is very, very common. You can go 200,000-300,000 miles in at least 10 years minimum. And new cars today have the ability to do that as well as older cars.
All right, before we go forward, let's put the car in reverse.
Okay.
Beep, 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 right? And let's talk about how you got interested in cars. We know this is kind of a male-dominated field, but you're at the top of your game.
Oh, well, thank you very much. My father worked for the big three automakers. I was born in Detroit. And I was out in the garage as a kid. I was a tomboy. And said, what are you doing? And he had an old Corvette and an old Barracuda and a boat and a Thunderbird. And he'd say, changing the brakes or changing the oil. I'm like, can I help? So he's like, sure. So I started off as a tool jockey. And when I turned 15, I bought my first car. Wasn't able to drive it, but had lots of
What was your first car?
It was a 76 Camaro with a very small V8 engine, which only kept it for about 6 months. And then I bought a Mustang.
The guys were jealous of you.
I know. In high school, I was like a 10th grader, and I'm driving an old newer
muscle car.
Yeah, and then I ended up buying a Mustang after that. And now that I'm married with my husband, we have a tube manufacturing company. I've worked for breaker manufacturing companies. I am an engineer as well as an ASE certified tech.
So an underachiever is what you're saying.
Yeah, you know, I just don't do it. I raced cars in the past. My daughter's name is Shelby.
I love that.
After the cars.
I love that. All right, so a lot of us, we're kind of in this kind of wasteful society where we buy something new because, it had a flat tire, I need something new, or whatever. Or people who have a lot of problems with their cars only because the maintenance work wasn't done, and we can't underestimate that. Okay.
Absolutely.
So in making your ride last forever, as you mentioned, no reason why we can't get 100,000 miles or beyond. April is National Car Care Month. Let's go through some of the things that we ignore or don't realize how important they are. Critical fluids.
Right, and you don't have to know anything about cars. If you broke your arm, a doctor would put up an x-ray and show you. And that's why I tell you, if someone's going to try and sell you on something, show me. I want to see it. And if I know it's not right, I can understand that. You don't have to be a doctor. Same thing is true under the hood. You don't have to be a mechanic. But what you do need to know is there are 10 fluids underneath this car. And some of them are obvious, like engine oil. We all know about engine oil.
Right.
And there's a big thing about motor oils matters, and that is getting the right motor oil for your vehicle. And Motor Oil Matters is a not-for-profit group just educating people to get the right motor oil. How do you know? Get your owner's manual. It says what you're supposed to run synthetic.
Okay, now there's part of the problem. A lot of us have a problem getting that owner's manual out and actually flipping through. But again, if it costs you money, you may as well do it.
That's that little book in the glove box. There's all the napkins and ketchup packs. Since that's how everybody's glove box seems to be. But it'll also tell you information like what's the right brake fluid, what are the correct fluids, when do they need to be changed. Don't let someone behind the counter tell you, every 3,000 miles. No, they're trying to upsell you like, do you want to biggie those fries?
Right.
Same
and a lot of that might depend on what climate you're in and
absolutely.
how hard you drive.
Really is difficult on engines, so synthetic fluids are really going to make a huge difference. Another thing is when you pump gas, no matter where you go, I always recommend a name brand gasoline, but sometimes, you're out of town or whatever and you run whatever, the fuel injectors actually get plugged and it'll affect your fuel economy.
How do you know it's plugged? Do you know, or by the time you know it's too late?
Well, the fuel economy starts dropping off. Maybe you'll go to your favorite technician and they'll say, we can clean those fuel injectors, which the owner's manual says needs to be cleaned. To keep that at a longer distance, a longer interval. For around $20, and I've seen these for around $15 even, you can get Max Clean. It's made by Royal Purple, which is here in Houston.
Yay,
Houston. Love the town. And you pour it into your gas tank, whether you have gas or diesel, and you fill up your tank.
All right.
And it'll clean the fuel injectors, you'll improve fuel economy, performance, and keep that mechanic where he belongs in the shop.
There are some things that we've been told to do over the years that might change because the technology of cars have changed, or maybe they never were the right thing to do. Cleaning out the actual engine.
Right. Now, that's something I always tell people. They're going to try and sell you on an engine cleaner. I do not recommend those personally. That is an upsell, and honestly, every time people have done those and send me emails, they end up with problems afterwards. So what I tell people is when you pop the hood and you see this plastic, your natural reaction, this is a beautiful Buick Enclave, but the problem is You feel like, I got to go to the mechanic. You do not have to go to your dealer. You can go wherever you want. But you can do some of this stuff yourself.
Yeah.
And some of it you can use visually. You use your senses. I see that the belts are worn or the wiper blades are worn. Wiper blades
rubber parts are hard in Houston because we have such extreme temperatures and the heat can break things down quickly too.
And also on a steep windshield, like minivans, SUVs, I have a Mini Cooper, the windshield wiper chatters. This is a windshield wiper that actually keeps the blade on the glass. It's made by Trico. It's called the Force. It's cool because it has a wing on it, and it keeps the blade on the glass.
Yeah, because oftentimes it'll be streaking, and you're going, seriously? Yeah, and the whole bit there. And when
do you wait for that? Like when it rains, like you're supposed to do today. So, I mean, those are things I tell people, don't wait. 80% of your driving decisions are based on visibility. So if you can see something that needs to be repaired, then you can tell a technician. Yeah. And when you're looking for a technician, look for an ASE certified technician. You want to see that gear on their sleeve, not just outside the building. But they want to make sure they've gone through the testing, and a master tech is always the best. Another place where we get into trouble, of course, is the battery, and we know there's a problem with it when the car doesn't start, right? Right, absolutely, and that's very true when it gets really, really hot out here. I've talked to 2 people already today who said, you know what, my car didn't start, and that is because the battery does all the work. It's got to start this car, and some of the new ones with the new technology require even bigger batteries, so the sun and the heat really takes a toll on it. Yeah, so make sure you have your jump starter kit, or is that applied? That we have over here, actually. This is a portable jump starter. It's 900 amps. This is good for an SUV, a pickup truck. So sometimes you end up with some of these vehicles, you go, I can't jump start it. This is made by Peak. It's portable. It's around $100. Great graduation gift, Mother's Day, Father's Day. This is actually one from my car. Actually, all the things in this table are from my car. Yeah, it's funny because that's what my mom gave me when I went off to college. I thought I was getting jewelry, and I opened up it. It was a flashlight, battery jumper cable. I like jewelry. Yeah, no, I didn't get that. The jewelry, the purse thing. Didn't get that. Hey, by the way, we're going to take a break. Stick around because when we come back, the car coach will be answering your questions you have about your car. Give us a call at 713-284-1055, 713-284-1055, and we'll get your car running again next.